Okay, so thanks, Alex, for joining me. Ben, Taya, and Marcus, I hope you're watching the recording a bit later, which is absolutely fine. So yesterday's we did Hegarty 923, where I was just reminding you with arithmetic series. Remember, series is when you are adding up a number of terms, and yesterday's exercise was just simply plugging A, D, and N into the formula. So today's isn't much different. It's just you've just got to do a little bit of work to establish what the sequence is. So I've just done 3 questions as an example. You can see that Hegarty 924 just has 6 questions. So questions 1 and 2 are like this. So work out the sum of the first 80 odd numbers. So just go and gather your thoughts. Just go and start writing out the odd numbers. And then obviously from that, just go and decide what your A, your D, and your N are. So clearly A is 1, your first number. D, your common difference, well, you're clearly going up in 2s. And we're being told it's the sum of the first 80 odd numbers. So obviously N is 80. So once you've got that far, you're then just substituting it into the formula you used yesterday. So 1 and 2, pretty straightforward. Questions 3 and 4 are, well, similar, I think. Similar, I think. So maybe the first 4 are similar. So work out the sum of the first 70 even numbers. So same idea, gather your thoughts. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So A is 2, first number is 2, common difference is 2, and N is 70. Now, certainly the last one was a little bit more complicated. Work out the sum of the positive whole numbers less than or equal to 100, which are not divisible by 4. So let's go through it again. The sum of the positive whole numbers less than or equal to 100, which are not divisible by 4. So what you've got to do here is work out the sum of all the numbers up to 100 to start with, and then take away from that those that are divisible by 4. Okay, so work out the sum of the positive whole numbers less than or equal to 100, which are not divisible by 4. So those are going to be all the numbers, take away those that are divisible by 4. So let's just do that bit by bit. So all the numbers are going to be 1 all the way up to 100. So A is 1, D is 1, N is 100. So that's working out the sum of the positive whole numbers less than or equal to 100. But then we're taking away those which are divisible by 4. So just think about that sequence. Which numbers up to including 100 are divisible by 4? Well, that's 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on, all the way up to plus 100. So what have we got there? Our first term, A, is 4. Our common difference, we're going up by 4 each time, and there are 25 such numbers, okay? Because it's 1 out of every 4, isn't it? So there's 25 of those numbers. So you just substitute into each of those into the formula we used yesterday. So 5,050 is what you get when you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 all the way up to plus 100. And then we're taking away what you get when you add up the numbers which are divisible by 4. So 1,300. 5050, take away 1300, gives us 3750. So that's it, folks. I was just saying to Alex before we started, but I'll repeat for those of you who just joined or are watching the recording later. We do have a lesson tomorrow, Friday, period 6 rather, but I'm just going to make that a catch-up lesson, okay? So I want you just to, if you've got some of the Hegarty quizzes that I've set that you haven't had a go at yet, I want you to be using that 55 minutes to just try and get 1 or 2 or 3 of those done, okay? And if you have done them all, so I think Alex has, perhaps just go back and where you haven't got 100%, just see if you can improve on one of them. So well done, guys. I think after half term, we are no more. I think that's the end of the maths lessons, because obviously in the parallel universe, you guys would all be taking your exams and then relaxing after that. So so that's it. Okay, cheers. So cheers, guys. Have a good half term when it arrives.
Cheers, sir.